All right. So if y'all want to bow your heads with me, that would be great. Dear Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for this time that we get to spend together. And Lord, we know that the weather and the country and all of that has just been in such disarray. And there's just so much tough stuff going on everywhere and in our families and the people we know and just all across the country. And Lord, we just pray for their protection. We pray for this with these weather systems that are coming through, that you will keep people safe and warm, that you'll restore power quickly, and so that people can do your work that you have called them to do. And Lord, we bless this meeting tonight and this time together. Lord, I just thank you so much for these women who are on this call. They bless my life and my heart every single day. And I know that you have great things in store for them, for themselves, their families, and to really impact other people's lives. And I just pray over tonight that you open up our hearts and minds to what you have for us, each individual, to receive. In your precious Jesus' name, amen.
Yeah.
All right. So does it, obviously everybody on here has power or you wouldn't be on here. That was going to be a stupid question. Okay. So, but I know there are still people in like Rockingham County and Guilford County and all that who don't have power, and almost all of Texas is out of power. So, anyway, if y'all need anything like Mary Kay wise, make sure you let us know, because we can't get in touch with the company right now, but you know, we have a lot of resources, so we can figure that out. But okay, so let's do some recognition. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weekly accomplishment sheets. Y'all are rocking it out. So proud of you. I think that's our biggest number ever. Very exciting. So I got one from Casey, Brandy, Carrie, Tony, Maria, Sharon, and Kathy. Way to go, ladies. Awesome. So we have in sales, I'm just going to go like, I'm going to do this, you know, category by category. So in sales, let's see, Tony sold $53 last week, but we know she just had another big sale now, which is exciting. Maria sold 75, Carrie sold 91, Casey sold $106 last week, Brandy sold 110, Kathy sold 106 as well, and then Sharon was our queen at $218.50. So exciting. Y'all are rocking it out. Keep on selling. Way to go. And then interviews. Kathy and Casey both had 1 interview last week, and Sharon had 2. So very excited. I know we are rocking out with those interviews, and our goal this week. So our goal for the month is to do 58 interviews as a group. So we have a little bit of making up to do, but I know after tonight's training, we're going to have a ton this week. I'm really excited. And then let's see, bookings. Kathy has 2, Brandy has 2, Maria has 7, and Casey has 8 bookings. So way to go, ladies. Awesome. So Sharon was our queen of sales and queen of interviews, and Casey is our queen of bookings. So excited. Y'all are rocking it out. But I know you guys are working on getting to 10 bookings. I know y'all, which is exciting. I'm excited. I actually have a party booked on Friday morning that I'm going to do from here. So I'm really excited about that. And some of her guests can't make it Friday morning, so I'm booking them for next week. And so I'm working on all that. So I know I'm excited about that. It just doesn't make you feel good when you know you've got people like on your schedule and you're booking people and all that. It's just so fun. And I know Joanne has some parties coming up next week, right? Great.
Yes, I got one tomorrow night.
Awesome. We're excited for you. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We just talked last week. Yes. That's right. So, and did everybody get their packs?
And some, yeah, we're still working on it.
Okay, perfect. All right,
a couple have confirmed anyway.
Perfect. Awesome. So then we have On Target Star. So Maria is currently an Emerald Star. So way to go, girl. Very excited for you. Officially On Target is $1,200 in. So we are like almost exactly a month before the end of the Star Quarter. So yesterday was a month before the end of the Star Quarter. So the On Target is $1,200 in. So Missy Allen and Jennifer Thompson are officially on target, but a lot of you have a good amount in, and I know that you're running for Star. So Brandy, Joanne, Carrie, Kathy, Sharon, Charlton, Beth, and Cynthia Watts. Y'all have like a good over $600 in, so I know y'all are rocking it out and you're running towards Star. And you do not want to miss this Star Quarter. Y'all, seriously, and I'm going to do this before I forget to talk about it. and I know we've talked about it already, but Lori Hogg is a world-renowned makeup artist, and she uses only Mary Kay products. And she is great. She's also a Mary Kay consultant, but that's not her main job. Her main job is a makeup artist, and she uses only Mary Kay products. Y'all, she can sell product better than anybody else I've ever heard. The last quarter, when we got to do training from her on a Zoom, the only thing we all kept thinking about is, oh my gosh, I wish all my customers were on here because we would have sold a ton. And I learned a lot about some of the products that she loved and all of that. And so when you're a star this quarter, on March 22nd, which is a Monday night, Lori Hogg is doing another Zoom for the stars and their guests. And it is not recorded, so you only have that one option. So make sure you've marked it on your calendar, March 22nd at 8 p.m. It's a Monday night. And then we'll give you a script. So when you're a star, you get to invite your guests, your customers and your guests to be on this Zoom. And y'all, seriously, you are going to sell a ton of product just by them hearing the products she's talking about and all that. And you're going to learn new stuff as well. So be a star this quarter. Do not miss that. And then especially if you've been a star the last 2 quarters, you want to make sure you're staying on target for consistency because you get those gorgeous Ted Baker bags. So all that. All right. So we do not have any Spark Achievers yet. So sad. So nobody earned my free clinical solutions. Very sad about that. But anyway, okay. So prizes. Where is my prize thing? I guess I didn't print that one out. I thought I brought everything with me. Oh goodness. Anyway, so 600 wholesale, you get the gorgeous Spark necklace. Y'all, this necklace is absolutely gorgeous, and you want to make sure that you stay on target for consistency. So when you earned your Spark last month in January, and then this month in February, and then next month in March, you also get these gorgeous earrings, pink earrings they're gold with the pink ribbon in through there. So you definitely want to earn those. Those are absolutely stunning. And especially if you earned the necklace in the fall consistency, like they match and they're beautiful. And the necklace is like, oh my gosh, this quality stuff is just absolutely unbelievable. All right. You can earn your new pearls of sharing. So with 5 interviews, full circle interviews, which means they have to be full circle, which means they've watched the marketing video or watched me do marketing, and then I have to talk to them. Then you get the new pearl earrings. When you do 10, you get the bracelet as well. And then when you do 15, you get the necklace. So you get the full set. So I know y'all are working on, who's working on earning their pearls? Like those are gorgeous, right? And you know, when you do, when you share this opportunity full circle, like what I'm going to talk about tonight, 1 out of every 4 to 5 will sign up. So if you share with 15, that gives you at least 3 new team members, right? And where does that take you? Red Jacket, right? Speaking of sharing, I'm still doing this Michael Kors giveaway. So every woman who watches the video and speaks with me or watches the marketing and speaks with me, they get entered in to win 1 bag. And then when you have somebody do that, you get entered in for a bag. So I'm going to do at the end of, at the beginning of March, I'm going to do giveaways for 2 Michael Kors bags, 1 for a guest and 1 for a consultant. So make sure you get a ton of entries in there by getting women to watch the marketing and all of that. Then when you become a brand new Red Jacket this month, you get this gorgeous red ring from Summer. Y'all, the prizes that we give out is like, I mean, people comment on them all the time. And I have gotten in Florida, I've gotten so many comments on my Cadillac cup. And like, you know, walking around the pool and then also at the gym and all of that, like you want to have one of these because people will comment on it and it opens up the opportunity for you to start that conversation. So when you submit DIQ this month, you get a Faith Area one of these cups. So you want to make sure that you are running towards these prizes. When you add 5 team members, I didn't bring the ring with me, it's at home on my desk, but you get that gorgeous ring, a bling ring, and then nobody earned that. And then, hold on, for some reason I didn't print this one out and I don't know why. Files, hold on, I'm on my phone. Wait for it. All right. Well, that's interesting. Well, and then we have wholesale prices too that are really fabulous. And my brain isn't working at the moment. And neither is my phone. All the prizes grouped together in my brain. Anybody know what the wholesale prizes are for this month? You too can be a Cadillac sales director. You get a prize if you know what they are.
Wasn't there a clutch bag or something? For like 1,000 or 2,000.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So the $450 wholesale this month, you get heart earrings. I don't know why I don't have this printed out. You get really cute dangly heart earrings. 600. You get the necklace, of course, the spark necklace. 1,000 wholesale this month. Yes, you get a coin bee purse, and then 2,000 you get the Mary Kay jacket. So that gorgeous jacket that says Mary Kay on it and all of that. So those are your prizes. So make sure you know what you're running for and all of that. So, all right. So those are the prizes. The cash drawing. So not only are we doing the Michael Kors drawing, but then when women watch the marketing, they also get entered into a cash drawing, $1,000 cash drawing. And then we're going to do some consultant drawings as well. So the more interviews you do and you complete, the more entries you get into the Michael Kors giveaway and the cash drawings and all of that. Red's night is tomorrow night. So if you're a red jacket and above, you get on tomorrow night. And then next week, I'll be training on just full circle success. And then I'm going to kind of want to know, we're going to kind of like open it up to kind of a forum of what else do you need to know? And what else do you feel like you're lacking? And what else do you need to know to move forward in your business? So I'll probably be reaching out to you ahead of time just to get some ideas of what you need from me and what we can talk about that night and all that. But my main goal this month is I really want our trainings for this month to really give you all of the tools and arm you to help you move forward and get whatever you want from this Mary Kay business. And that is my true passion. And so I really pray that we're already accomplishing that a little bit, and then after tonight, and then after next week, and all that. So that is kind of that's my big thing. So I'm going to probably be reaching out to you guys to see what else you need to know, and what did I miss, or what do we need to talk more about, and all that sort of thing. So that'll be next week. All right. So any questions on that? No? Okay. All right. So let's talk about recruiting. So I want to know from you guys, why do you want to recruit? Why do you want to team build? Why do you want to share this opportunity? Like, just share, why do you want to do it?
I want to do it because I want to grow my business.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Well,
so that other people can know how much fun we have and how much, we really like it.
awesome. I love it. What else?
Commission.
Yeah, extra money. Absolutely. Increasing your paycheck. What else? Why do you want to recruit? Why do you want to team build? Why do you want to share this opportunity?
I want to have a really big voice like Summer.
Yeah.
Like be able to influence that many people at one time.
Yeah.
And you can't do that from this level.
Me too. You can't do that from my level either. Yeah, absolutely. What else?
To help other people know that miracles do happen and dreams come true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What else? This is super interactive tonight, FYI.
I didn't realize I was muted. I was saying that also just impacting other women, like the way that y'all have impacted me, for example, sharing that with others. Like I never had girlfriends till I had you ladies.
Yeah.
We're glad we got you.
More.
Those other girlfriends aren't as good anyway.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
That's huge and powerful. How many people do you know? How many women do you know that do not have a sisterhood like this
Mhm.
anywhere else?
Mhm.
That's huge.
It is huge, especially as you get older and if you move around, and it just gets harder to meet friends that you have things in common with.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And who are positive.
Mhm.
This is
Yeah,
true.
even if you do have friends, like I had tons of friends before Mary Kay, but not friends like this.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like not uplifting, good, godly women.
Mhm.
Yeah. Who are going to love you for who you are, not judge you for things, right?
Right.
And who will, if you need advice about something, are going to give you advice from the right place and love you from the right place. And if they can't give you advice, they're going to recommend someone else,
Mhm.
I love it. What else?
Would it be like Maria, move up the career path?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, so I can get a free car.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And why move up the career path? Why get a free car? Like, why do that? Why even bother?
Well, to me, for me, the free car is like I have a car. Actually, I have a new car now. Um, it's much bigger and nicer. But having a free car to me makes people know that, like, they know me, they know I'm real. They know that if I do it, a normal person can do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It takes your legitimacy of your business to another level.
Yeah.
To outside pink bubble people.
Mhm.
Yeah, love that. Why is it important? Why is it important to move? Like, would you want to move up the career path or earn a free car? I'm really good at sitting silent. Y'all know that.
I got interrupted. Say that again. What was your question?
Why is it important? Why is it important to you that you want to move up the career path or earn a free car? And maybe not even to be a sales director, but like at least share the opportunity to move up the career path and earn a free car. Like what? Why even bother?
Well, moving up the career path, I'm gonna, have more money. I'm gonna impact more women. And driving in that car with the little Mary Kay on there is gonna help me do that because they'll be, oh, you actually seem to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, let me go follow you. So it kind of like leads into each other.
Yep.
I can just get there.
What else?
You'll get there.
I believe y'all will.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what I want you to do right now, you're going to text me. And what I want you to do is I want you to individually text me. And I wanted to do this as an individual thing and not just on the chat so you could feel like you could just share your heart. And you're going to text me what you think is the biggest obstacle that's holding you back from building your team or recruiting. And there's no judgment. You're not going to hurt my feelings. You're not, whatever. You know me. So go ahead and text me. Brandy, are you on your phone? Oh, you already did. Okay. Yeah, you did. You were looking at me like I was crazy. Robin, I need more than that. Why? Okay, good.
Still typing.
Still typing. I'm waiting. Okay.
That's a nice picture, Tony.
Oh, you're showing my picture?
Yeah.
Thank you, by the way.
All right, awesome. Y'all, that is super helpful. So I ask you this because, and I would have asked you earlier, but I don't usually get response back earlier when I do things on Voxer. So I'm like, I'm just going to have you guys do this now, and we're just going to run with it. And I have notes on what I'm going to share tonight, but, you know, sometimes God takes us in a different direction. So. Okay. Y'all are awesome. I love it. Okay, perfect. All right. That is super helpful. Thank you all for doing that. Okay, so now what I want to, so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to talk about recruiting, and so we talked about the why. So the biggest thing is you need to know why you want to share this opportunity. And the most important thing about this, so when I first started when I was in my first, I don't know, like 6 to 9 months Mary Kay, I didn't really share the opportunity because I didn't know how, and I didn't think it was important, and I just wanted to sell product. But then what I started to realize is if we don't share this opportunity, we are missing out on an opportunity that God has put in front of us. So there is a reason why God puts a woman in our space, whether it's on Zoom or whether it's in person, right? And so my goal for this month of February is to really share all, like, the full circle. So doing an appointment full circle means that you're sharing the products, you're giving the opportunity to buy, so sales, right? And then you are getting the opportunity to get leads and referrals and more bookings. So that's booking. Of course, you're going to coach all of this stuff, and then team building. So when you work each appointment full circle, it saves you time. It puts all that effort. I mean, I hope y'all are loving this book, Win the Day. And, you know, I was just reading today and being reminded today that we need to do the work in order for God to bless it. And if we're not willing to do all of the parts that we're supposed to do, then he doesn't have the things to bless, right? And so it did take me a while to figure out how to share this opportunity, but what I had to realize was it didn't have to be perfect at all. I never feel perfect at sharing the opportunity, ever, just so y'all know, like, ever. I don't consider myself a strong recruiter, but I consider myself a strong seller, which is good. But I do consider myself a strong, passionate person that I love Mary Kay. And I also know that if I don't take that opportunity to share my story, a little bit about my story and some facts about this, then I'm making the decision for her, and that's not fair, right? And so, you know, some of you wrote the time to share the opportunity and the time to recruit. Well, if you're doing faces, you're sharing the opportunity at the facial and at the parties. So you're doing it all together at the same time. Does that make sense? Yes? Nod and smile. Okay. So so sharing is so important. So the first step to sharing the opportunity is getting your mind right and realizing this is an incredible opportunity, and it's not fair for me to keep it to myself because I don't really know her situation. I know a little bit about her, but it's not for me to decide if she is going to do this or not going to do this. My job is just to share. It's like, you know, when you share the products with somebody, it's not your decision to decide what she's going to buy or if she's going to buy. Your job is just to share the products, right? The opportunity is the same thing. You're just sharing the opportunity with your story, your information, and your knowledge, and your passion, and your enthusiasm about it. Asking the right questions, which I'm going to give those to you. Well, you already have them actually, and I'm going to remind you where they are. And then not being afraid to ask those questions and give her the opportunity to sign up with you. And really realizing there's nothing bad about signing up for Mary Kay at all. Like nothing bad can happen, right? Their worst case scenario is they buy a bag that has a lot of product in it that they get to use. I do a party for them that makes them some extra money and get to buy their products at half price. If they totally quit after that, that's a bummer, but at least they've tried, right? And they can get their products at half price, so they go back to being a customer of yours. Like there's nothing bad that's going to happen for them signing up. So it's really the number one thing about sharing the opportunity is deciding in your head, in your heart, that you are going to share with all of your passion and enthusiasm and not let the devil get in and hold you back from doing that. Because this is the part of our business that he really has a hold on most of us. Because this is the part of our business that can change people's lives. Somebody buying a skincare set is not necessarily going to change their life, right? It's great. We want customers and we want them to feel great about themselves and about their skin and all of that. But when we share, that's what changes their lives. Like, how has Mary Kay changed your life? Write down a piece of paper. How has being a Mary Kay consultant changed your life or impacted your life? You might not have completely changed it, but how has it impacted it in a positive way? So write down like 3 things real quick. It's not in my notes, by the way. You're going to need paper for this training. Oh, Kathy, I love you, but no. All right, y'all have your 3 things? So somebody share something. How has Mary Kay positively impacted your life? I know Tony mentioned she has girlfriends now, right? What else?
I'm just more enthusiastic in general.
Yeah. Isn't that fun?
Mm-hmm.
And how does that impact the people around you and your family?
Oh, they love me more.
But it oozes into them too. So when
It
Mama
does.
is positive,
Yeah.
everybody else learns how to be positive. And it's not just, I don't have kids, but like I see it in my stepson, I see it in my husband, I see it in the rest of my family, you know, like you impact people around you and even my non-Mary Kay people, girlfriends, you know?
For sure.
How's it impacted you?
I've gotten more comfortable speaking in front of women. I can do children all day long and not be nervous or anxious or anything, but just being able to talk with women that I don't know and getting to know them. I've been able to step out of my comfort zone a little bit.
Awesome.
Still working on it, but it's gotten better.
It's always a work in progress. And girl, I could not get up in front of a group of kids. I would not go well. And I couldn't do adults either before Mary Kay. So that's great. If you can do it with one group, you can do it with another. How else? We're digging deep and I'm asking these questions because I can give you all the training in the world and the steps, but if you don't have it down here, it's not going to go anywhere. It's a waste of my breath and it's a waste of our time, right? So that's why
I think in addition to the friendships that I've gotten with my Mary Kay sisters, I think that my faith has grown, where it certainly, had room to grow. And I think just seeing other strong, beautiful, amazing women, especially when we're, at retreats or something to see, Leslie Spies or Dana and, Adrienne, and to see them all get up and talk. Adrienne was 19 when she started her business, and to think about where she is now, I just think it's amazing. And I'm just in awe of all of these beautiful women.
Love it. Helps you, so to kind of Reader's Digest version of that, kind of see what is possible, and that and the different types of women, and being around positive, powerful women who have pushed through obstacles anyway gives you a road to run on, and understanding that you could do it too, maybe. Is that kind of what I heard you say, Robin?
Yeah, it's just, it gives you, a hope that it's possible, and if these women can do it, and it's affected their lives like this, if you let it, if you open yourself up to the possibility, what will God have you do through your Mary Kay business that you didn't know was possible before?
Yeah. Oh, I love that, Robin. I love that. Carrie, what were you going to say?
Lost my train of thought. I was going to say that it makes me happier, and I say that from a place where I have the career that I wanted.
Right.
And I worked really, really hard to get it. And no, it's not lucrative, but I knew that. And I actually owe so much in school loans, you wouldn't even believe me if I told you. So, because I don't believe it, I just act like it's not there. So, but, right. But as an academic person, which I am, I still love glamorous things. I still love girly things. I still like to do my makeup and my hair, and I like to do other people's makeup and hair, and all of those more feminine things have always kind of been looked down upon in my career circle, and by like my peers and everything. You're just supposed to be serious and not pay attention to your appearance and all that. And that has never worked for me. And I like being able to show to myself and to other people, well, you can be all the things that you are. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do it one way or another way. And if I had listened to any of that before, I wouldn't have made it to the job that I have. So it just, I don't know, it just allows me to have more of a full experience. It just makes me happier.
Found you out. Yeah. I love it. And you are way too fun to not be fun. Yeah, I love you. You have the best heart, the best sense of humor. You love to have fun. And so I love that you have the outlet for that now. So writing these things down is super important, because you need to remember why it's like how Mary Kay has impacted your lives and your peers' lives, and those who are. And I'll tell you, I know a lot of you from responses that I've gotten back. You look at the sales directors and you're like, oh, I could never do that. I will tell you 150%, we are all a hot mess. I mean, I know all the sales directors. I know them all, like intimately. And none of us have it together, and it's okay. But the cool part is, the more you move up the career path, even if you don't want to be a sales director, but the more you move up the career path, the more you get to know these women as real women. And yes, the only difference is they have done it consistently more often and moved up. And so we're better at overcoming obstacles, and we're better at just pushing through because we've had to do it more often. But I mean, nobody has it all together, which is I find super helpful to know when, like, I look at someone like Adrienne or Leah or Summer or, goodness gracious, who else, right? And I know their lives and what they do on a daily basis and what they have to overcome to get to where they are and all of that. And I'm like, wow, wait, hold up. It's even more so if she can do it, I can do it. So it's really, really powerful. Okay, so there's 3 steps to sharing the Mary Kay opportunity. The first step is to prepare. So right now, I want you real quick to write down a list of qualities that you are looking for in a team member. If you think about the women you want on your team, don't think about the specific people. Think about the qualities that you want. Like, ambition, easily led, self-starter, decisive, optimistic, loyal, dependable, all that. Like, what qualities do you want in a team member? And you'll have the opportunity to finish this list later. You're going to make a couple of lists tonight.
Hey, Amy,
Yeah.
quick question. Since I'm driving, I'm not able to write my stuff down. Will I be the recorded ones? Are they on our Facebook page or?
Yeah, once I get the recording link, I usually put it on our Facebook page.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Hey, Dawn.
Hello, everybody. Love you all.
Love you.
Miss you guys.
Miss you.
All right, so like some of those qualities. So really thinking about, and you're gonna have you have kind of a multi-part homework, and so part number 1 will be finish this list. Like, what do you really want in a team member? Okay. All right, now you're gonna make a list, and this is gonna be, you're gonna make 2 more lists as part of your homework. Number 1 is gonna be, I want you to go through all of your customers and write down on a piece of paper the ones that have these qualities, at least some of them, and do not have like a huge legitimate reason why they cannot be a Mary Kay consultant or would not be a Mary Kay consultant. Like not having enough time and having too many kids, those are not legitimate reasons, because everybody doesn't have enough time. Everybody has too many kids. Everybody has, like a lot going on, right? Like I'm on disability and I can't do it. Or, you just know that, I mean, you don't have any customers who are living on the streets, but you know what I mean? Like they don't have like a huge, and women who have these qualities, because you want to go after the women that you want, and they need to be the scary ones, not the easy ones, because it's normally the easy ones. Okay, great. Absolutely share with them. But the scary ones are the ones who normally are the ones that need this the most. Right? Okay.
Define scary.
So intimidating. Like
Okay,
ones you
okay.
think have it all together, they have a good job, or they're a stay-at-home mom and they have the perfect life, or the ones that you think would need Mary Kay the least because of the way that their life, you perceive their life.
Okay.
And it's uber intimidating for you to ask her to either borrow her face or listen to the opportunity. Okay? Because again, you got to remember, so Linda McBroom, I heard this training from her. She's a retired national sales director who was one of Pat Fortenberry's offspring. If you've never heard her speak, she's the funniest little lady you've ever seen in your entire life. And she got up on stage once, and she gives good nuggets, but she's more comedy. But she gives good nuggets. And I will never forget her saying, and it really was one of those frying pan moments I have, where God hits you over the head with a frying pan. Yeah. I have a lot of those. And she said, why are we scared to do things in Mary Kay? Nobody has ever been bit, shot, killed, died, whatever, because of Mary Kay. Or asking them to borrow their face, or asking them to watch the marketing video. Nothing bad can happen. The worst thing can happen is that she's going to say no. And when we have the guts to ask, and you all have the biggest hearts, and you all have you're genuine people with integrity. Nobody is going to think of you badly by asking them to borrow their face or listen to the opportunity. Because none of you are like pushy, mean people. Okay? Trust me, I'm a Yankee. I know pushy, mean people. Right? So and some of your responses that you got back were, I'm afraid of being pushy. I'm afraid of asking questions, and asking somebody to do something is not being pushy. Asking them questions to help them get to the place where they can actually make a decision, having all of their information, that's helping her out. That's not being pushy. And I had to figure that out too. And, you know, Pam Shaw is a hugely successful national sales director in Mary Kay, like huge. And I remember listening to a training of hers about a training video. Excuse the man in the background. That said that she said, so pushy people are the only people who aren't worried about being pushy. Okay. So if you're even worried about being pushy, you don't have it in you to be pushy enough that somebody's going to respond to you and think of you as being pushy. And that's why the smiles and the nods are so great, and just asking questions. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask her more about her. Don't be afraid to offer this opportunity. Because you could have the one thing that's going to change her life. And if she says no, it's okay. She's not going to think badly of you, because you don't have it in you for her to think, I know every single one of you. You don't have it in you. Trust me. And sometimes you just got to trust me on that. Right? All right. So there's your list. So you're making your list of, I forgot where I was. You're making your list of qualities, right? Then you're going to make your list of customers. Okay, that you have not shared this opportunity within the last 3 months, who do not have like a strong, like huge, strong, like if you told me her reason why, I wouldn't say, oh, come on, right? Because you can hear me on your shoulder. I know you can. Or if you told Summer her reason why she couldn't do it. And sometimes it's like, you know what? No, she could not do that. She is like, she's got a full-time job. She's got 5 kids. She's taking care of her mom who is dying, you know, or whatever. Like, you know, she's got like all this millions of things going on. Sometimes we do have too much going on. But are y'all with me on that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want you to like really expand our mind about it. Then your other list you're going to make is you're going to make another list of personal acquaintances, friends, and relatives. And don't slight anybody and leave anybody out, okay? And I would suggest you make a list of 20 people who are out of town and 20 people who are in town. So I think you have several lists now, right? You have the list, because the one of them I didn't even write down. One of them was why Mary Kay, like how Mary Kay impacted your life, right? So those would be kind of reasons why you'd want to share. The second list is qualities that you'd want in a team member. The third list is going through your customers and making a list of the customers who could potentially be consultants, and you haven't shared within the last 3 months and don't have this huge reason why they could not be a consultant. And the fourth list is going to be people who are not customers yet. For acquaintances, friends, relatives, whatever, and you can make a list of like 10 to 20 who are out of town and 10 to 20 who are in town. And you know, those reasons why you love your Mary Kay and that you think women would need Mary Kay, keep that list with you when you're sharing this opportunity. Because the first part of the 3-part plan was to prepare. This is your preparation, all those lists. The second part is to share. Now, how do you share this opportunity? I want you to remember KISS. Keep it simple, sweetie. You do not need to know everything about the opportunity. She does not need to know every little bit about the opportunity. She doesn't even need to know how to be a sales director. She doesn't need to know like all of the little stuff. She needs to know just the basic facts. But my goal tonight is I want to empower you to share this opportunity from you in your heart and close her. Because when you are sharing this opportunity with a woman, you're usually doing it because one of 2 ways. One is I'm going to give you a challenge with a little script that you're going to ask people that you've done facials with or your acquaintances and all that sort of thing. If you can, you know, she can help you with your training and you can ask her some questions and share some facts. I'm going to share that in just a second. But then most of the time, 95% of the time, the goal is to be sharing while you're doing her facial. You have a better opportunity to get her to sign up and close her at that particular time than I ever will. Because you've developed a relationship with her. She's tried the products. You've had fun. You guys have talked. You've gotten to know her. The only thing you're missing is the confidence to actually do it, and just asking more questions. Right? That's it. And that's the only thing that I do. And the best time that I can close people out is at the end of a party, whether it's a debut party or a group marketing event that we're doing or anything like that. So don't just rely on the video to get people to sign up. You are your best closer when you're doing faces with women. God put her in your life for a reason and in front of you for a reason at that particular time. There's no reason why you can't do it. And then if she doesn't sign up right then and there, which sometimes they won't, then you follow up with it afterward. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But just I really want you to think about that and understand, like, you know how this opportunity works. You might not know all the ins and outs, but that's actually a good thing. Because the simpler you keep it, the better off. And she already knows you now. She knows you're genuine. She knows you've had a good time. You guys have talked. And you can now, and you've already had some ideas as to how many times do I hear from you guys? Oh my gosh, she would be great at this because. She would love to hear that from you. Because you can see that in her when you're doing her facial, right? In her party. Like, you can see that in her. She would be so great at this because. So now I want you to be able to share that with her. You know, there's only a couple of things she needs to know. And so this is where I want to take you to. I hope you all still have your agenda from last week, the skincare class agenda from last week, because that's where all these notes are. So remember last week I said I'm going to share about this later, like next week, sorry. So when you're doing a facial or a party, in the agenda is your marketing. And you're going to say, remember, I have 2 jobs tonight. One was to help you fall in love with the products. The other one is to help you fall in love with Mary Kay. So that's where I get to do this part of my job. And I'm going to share with you a couple of quick facts about Mary Kay as a potential part-time or full-time opportunity. Now, this might not be anything you would ever consider doing in a million years, and that's totally fine. But hang in with me for just 5 minutes, because part of my job is just to share. And if you're doing a party, then you say, remember, you get points for asking questions. So the next part on that thing on the agenda is, okay, so you ask them, what would be your favorite part about owning your own business? Go ahead and comment or comment in the chat, depending on how many people you have. If you only have even if you have this many people on the party, have them comment. Like, what would be your favorite part about, go ahead and unmute. What would be your favorite part about owning your own business? And you get points. And then you all saw me practice tonight, just be quiet until somebody answers. And it's uber awkward, of course, but you just wait and people will answer. And then what would you like, what would you do for what would you do with an extra $1,000 this month? Or if I were to teach you, if you could make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, what would you do with that? How would that impact your situation? And get them to answer why. And so whether it's a party or an individual facer, ask her these questions. Because the biggest training I ever heard on teaching and on sharing the Mary Kay opportunity is, do not throw spaghetti on the wall to see what sticks. Right? Don't throw it all up on the wall. That's old school Mary Kay. Don't throw it all up on the wall and see what sticks. You want to know her and get to know her, because sharing the opportunity should be super simple and just sharing simple facts with passion and personalization on your part. And if you've gotten to know them a little bit through the party or through the facial, and sharing the parts that you know will relate to her. And then you share why you love Mary Kay. And so this is doing this in a party. You share why you love Mary Kay. So you've already done like a little I story in the beginning, and then you share what you love about it. And then how you make your money is right here. And you can just share this, or I use this $100 Cadillac bill, and I can post this if it's not there already. Is it there already? Casey, you asked me about it earlier. Is it on the Angels page?
I don't think so.
All right, somebody remind me and I'll make sure it's up there. But if you're doing like, you can do this a couple of ways, and you just choose one that works for you. And will you do one, and if it works, that's great. If it doesn't, then do something else. But you want to do something that's kind of like interactive so that you're not just talking. But I like this, or I said last week that you have under the training tab on In Touch under team building, the 4 reasons why women love Mary Kay. I like doing the $100 bill because it's super easy. Adrienne Hollyfield uses it. She's the most consistent team builder in our national area, and she uses the $100 bill. All right, and so basically you just tear it in half, right? And you say, great, I'm gonna share quick facts about how our Mary Kay works just by using this $100 bill, and I'm gonna use this paper one because I don't want to rip up a real one. So, and you've asked those 2 questions, you've shared why you love Mary Kay, and then you say, great. So with Mary Kay, we make half of our sales. So when you buy products for $1, we sell them for $2. So if you were to sell $100 in product, you make $50. So there's your $50. Okay. And then share a little bit about that's personal for you, right? Like just something quick. What's personal for you of making half of your sales? Like I like to share that I get my products at half price. And then as a part-time consultant, I could do appointments here and there, and I got to make half of my sales. Nation's average skincare class party is $300 in sales. So you make about $150 with about 1 to 2 hours worth of work and pampering women. So if you do 1 party a week, that's an extra $500 or $600 cash a month in your pocket. And when you add up the hours you worked, it's like 8 to 10 hours of work for the month. Those numbers right there really give women an idea of what it can be. Does that make sense? Because most women are going to do Mary Kay because it's part-time. And just part-time, sprinkle it in here and there. So she knows she can put as much or as little time into it as she wants to based on how much she's looking to make. And we don't have any quotas or territories. The other way we make money is through team building. Then I take a little piece of that and I rip that off, right? Now, do not go into all the team building stuff. This is where keeping it simple is super important. Team building commission, by adding team members, Mary Kay pays you a commission from 4 to 13% based on how many team members you have. But it comes from Mary Kay's pocket, not your team member's pocket. Don't go into all the, as a senior, you make this, as a red jacket, you make this, as a team, because goodness, now we have all these other extra things that I don't even know whether the elite hold, I mean, goodness gracious. Second tier, first tier, I don't even know. But like, just keep it simple. If you go into too much detail, you will lose her and she'll get overwhelmed and she'll lose interest. She needs to know the basics facts, that she can make half of her sales. And then when she adds team members, she can make commission plus bonuses. And it comes from Mary Kay's pocket, not her team members' pocket. Okay. And then there's leadership positions. And I'm just going through these notes that I gave you all last week. There's leadership positions with executive level income with no limit. As a sales director, you can make up to 36% commission and all these extra bonuses. The highest commission check written in so far in 1 month has been over $150,000 in 1 month. But it's just, and then you can say, and my sales director, her highest commission check has been over $10,000 in 1 month. You can use Summers. Summers has been over 25,000. So you can use something, to give them, because you want to think, you want to hit women's big thinking, right? As the opportunity of what they can make, and that the income is unlimited, and they get to choose what they want to do with this. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it does buy choices, and that's on your notes too. And then the other way we make money is through our car program. You get to earn free cars with Mary Kay. The first car you get to earn as a part-time consultant. That's super huge to share because most companies that you can earn cars, you can't do that. I think we're the only company that you can do that. And you can earn a brand new, you can go on Target for your first free Mary Kay car with just 5 active team members. Isn't that exciting? And I am earning my first free car right now, which is why, so you being on this here is really helping me out with that, like that, go with that. As a sales director, you get to earn other car levels. And if you don't know them all off the top of your head, it's completely fine. Just say there's all sorts of different cars. And of course we have the prestigious pink Cadillac. And you can take cash value instead of car if you want to, but Mary Kay pays for the car. But keep it simple. Your goal is, they're not going to remember all this, but you have passion and you have excitement, and you can start to build a vision in her head of what's possible. Does that make sense? And you have to share with passion and enthusiasm, or it's boring. We talked about that last week, right? All right, and then the prizes. And then y'all share. You share what prizes you've earned in your Mary Kay business. And I'll leave that up to you, how you want to, you get to earn all these prizes. You can earn diamond rings and designer handbags and all of that, and then share some of the fun things that you've earned. There's no right or wrong way to share this, right? And the trips, and then choice, there's choices. I always say that a lot. It offers us a lot of choices. And then we're the only direct sales company that has a retirement plan, which is a family security plan. And the reason you want to share this is because this will hit. Now, your goal is to go after target market women. Most of the women who need Mary Kay, you don't think they need Mary Kay. They have a very successful full-time career job, or a very successful stay-at-home mom who is involved in all these things and looks like she has the perfect life. But the reason you share these facts is because, yes, it's informational, but you're sharing a vision of what is possible. And a couple of these things will hit what she might be missing in her life. Mm-hmm. And she might not know what she's looking for, but she's going to know that you might have something that she feels like she's missing. Like she doesn't know what it is. So when Leslie shared the opportunity with me, I didn't see myself in any of these roles at all. But because she had so much excitement and passion about the products and the party and all that, and then she shared the opportunity, there was something she had that I wanted and I knew I was missing in my life. There was something she had in her life through Mary Kay that I didn't have and I was missing. I didn't know what it was. So when y'all love Mary Kay, you love this opportunity, and you're all doing this mostly as a part-time. Most of you are doing this as a part-time. If you're doing this full-time, you have even more passion about it, right? But you're just going to share what you love in understanding that you could potentially have the thing that's going to completely change her life and you just never know. So you share about the family security plan, because how many women out there are working their butts off for retirement that might not even be enough at the end of the day? And we're going to work hard for somebody our whole life. Why not work hard for ourselves? So this vision of a potential family security plan, retirement plan that you don't put any money into, but Mary Kay gives it to you when you retire as a national, that's huge. And then Pat Fortenberry, Mary Kay pays her $42,000 a month for 15 years. She was the third most successful woman in Mary Kay and one of our mentors. That's huge, right? So then I say, okay, well, this is what Mary Kay runs their company on. And this is everything that you get. All right, and then on this sheet, why Mary Kay? We're the second in brand recognition, just behind Coca-Cola. God first, family second, and career third. And we're an iconic company that you can make a viable income on your terms, and it's flexible. And you can just get started today for only $130. You get $400 worth of full-size products for just and over $100 worth of business supplies, a Mary Kay website, and a credit card processing system, and all the training and the support you need. And you can go in here just quickly about why you decided to start your business and the support and the training and what you've gotten from it. And there is also an option to start at $30. You don't get any products, but you have options. Now, I love the idea of the $130 option. It's amazing. But you do have options. And so that's what I kind of say. Because you don't want to shut out people who can only do $30, but the $130. Then you want to make sure that, use your favorite store example. So on this sheet, it says use your favorite store example. That's where I say, well, where do you love to shop? Where do you love to shop? So somebody says Target. Great. Imagine you go into Target today and they say, we've got a great deal going on. You spend $130 today, plus tax and shipping. You want to add that in, plus tax and shipping. You get over $400 worth of full-size stuff that you love. You can take it home. You get, and then you get to shop half price as long as you like, and we'll teach you how to make some extra money if you want to. Would you even think twice about it? That's really your worst case scenario with Mary Kay. Is you spend $130, you get $400 worth of product. Our crazy sales director does a party for you, makes you some extra money, gets you some product, gets you some customers, and you get your products at half price. So then you're going to be either a 1, 2, or a 3, and you want to have her send you a 1, 2, or a 3 in her interest level. Because right now you've kind of just been talking, right? And you've been sharing the parts of the opportunity that you feel would be applicable to her, but you want to get her opinion back. And the best way to do that is do 1, 2, or 3. 1 is I'd never do this a million years. 2 is I'm a little bit more intrigued than I thought I would be. And 3 is that sounds great. Sign me up today. All right. Any questions about that? That's how you share at a facial and party.
Amy,
Yeah.
I don't have a question, but I did want to say this for people that might not be so technologically inclined like I wasn't. So I figured out today that you can, if you're on a computer, you can click the minimize, not the minimize, but the button to make Zoom like go over to the side of your screen, and you can have this up on your computer screen and you can read it.
Oh, there you go.
And they don't even know you're reading because you're looking right at the computer.
Oh, I love it. I
Anyway,
didn't even know that. That's awesome. That's
I
helpful.
just figured that out.
And you know, if you practice it a lot too, you know, so that way it doesn't feel like you're reading too, you know, like having it up there is great. But I gave you this agenda so that you have a structure, but it doesn't have to be word for word. I want it to be you too, you know?
But it
And I'm
helped
not-
me to just be able to look at it and just in my head go, oh yeah, that's what I should be talking about now. And this is what I should be talking about now.
I love it. I love it. Oh, that's really
I mean,
great.
not sit there and be like, and blah, 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 blah. Like they're going to know.
Like the flip chart used to be.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
And the
just
flip
like-
chart is super helpful, but it's all the same concept. They're just for you to give you a guide. We want you to be you, and I want you to be you. God put you in front of that woman for a specific reason. So we have to figure out our goal is to connect with her and then do the appointment full circle so that we can give God the opportunity to really figure out why we're supposed to be there with her. And marketing should never, I'm going to say never not be shared. However, there are circumstances that, you know, that it just doesn't work, right? So the goal is to keep it short, because especially if the party's already going long, you definitely want to keep it short, and you want to share you can share quick and concise and simple with a lot of passion. Now, like, you know, if this woman is like in her bathroom and she has 6 kids running around her feet and a dog barking, and, you know, and you can tell she is completely like, I mean, and you're barely even on moisturizer and you're like, oh, okay, you know, then maybe schedule another sharing time to share with her type of thing. Or if you have, you know, a party of 95-year-olds on there, you know, they're probably not gonna, a 95-year-old probably is not gonna sign up, you know. So you just like, there's a couple of small instances, but you always want to share. What I like to do is being prepared. So there's multiple ways you can share. You can share this way on a facial or party. I like to actually ask her to watch the marketing video before the facial or party. That has always worked really well for me. So when you're coaching the appointment and you are, so like if I have a party Friday, right? So on Thursday, as I'm coaching everybody who's getting on Friday morning, I'm going to say, hey, and this is actually on the last, the very end of your agenda. It says, I have a challenge to have 5 sharp women watch a quick 15-minute video in the next 24 hours and give my director your opinion. I still do that to this day. And I say, give me your opinion, but whatever. If you do so, you get entered into a $1,000 cash drawing and get entered into winning Michael Kors bag. Do you think you might be able to watch this quick video before we get together tomorrow? With a question mark. And when she says yes, then send her the YouTube, the tiny URL link. Because a lot of times what happens then is that she is being layered. So she's watching the video, she's thinking about it, all that. If you're doing a Facebook party, offer a gazillion points for them to watch the video and fill out the thing, right? So you can share ahead of time. You share at the appointments. Now, your challenge is going to be to share hold, please. Have this written down. I have too many pieces of paper in front of me. So this is where the third way you can do is the list that you're making, the other list that you are making, right? The list of your customers and the list of your acquaintances, right? And there's a script that I just posted on our Angels Facebook page a little bit ago, because you want to revisit people. You want to share and share and overshare and share and overshare, because you never know when people's up. Tony Rowland, I shared this opportunity with her 5,000 times, okay? Because I love her. I knew she would be great at this, and I knew that she would get so much out of it and it would bless her life so much. But she was a customer of mine for like 2 years. She did multiple parties with me. She watched the video several times. She was on lots of other marketing things. I booked an in-person interview with her when I knew she was starting to think about retiring. Like, you just cannot overshare. And if I had just given up on her because she told me no once, twice, 3 times, 10 times, if I had given up on her, she wouldn't be here. And how many of y'all just love her?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so just so huge, just keep revisiting and doing. That's why we come up with all these different like ways that you can share the opportunity with people and all that, getting in front of her with the new products and all of that. But this is the script that I posted on our Audacious Angels Facebook page. And my goal tonight is I want you to think a different thought about sharing the opportunity and recruiting, right? Get that negative Nellies out of your brain, squash those ants, those automatic negative thoughts about sharing the opportunity. And I want you to feel empowered to share the opportunity and close them. So sharing at your facials and parties and all that, but then going back to these other people and saying, are you free to talk or text? Question mark. Great, when she responds. Thank you so much for getting back to me. I have a favor to ask you. I'm moving into leadership position with my business, and I need to practice going over some of the information about the company and answering the questions. Could I borrow you to practice with? And then pay her a compliment. Like, why did you ask her? Like, tell her what you thought of her, that you think that you can really trust her and she'll give you your opinion. You feel comfortable practicing with her. You admire her because, and then set up a time to do preferably a video interview with her and practice sharing the opportunity. Now y'all look like you're about to throw up. But what's the best way to know how to do this? Right? Practice. And who are the best people to practice with? Women who already know you, your customers, right? And then you can go into your friends, acquaintances, and all of that sort of thing. But don't be shy about sharing the opportunity, because that's really where you can impact the most. And then in your agenda, during the closeout part, it says about the Mary Kay opportunity. Here are the questions that you're going to ask, whether you are doing a practice interview like that text, or from after a facial or party and closing them out. What did you love most about the opportunity? If you could ask me any questions about my journey or the Mary Kay opportunity, what would it be? And what would hold you back from giving it a shot today? Sometimes women want to do it. We just don't have the guts to ask her to do it. And aren't willing to just ask that tough question. There's 2 ways you can close people out. What would hold you back from giving this a shot today? Or is there any reason why we couldn't get you started today? Those are huge, because those questions are actually going to give you a specific answer. And she's either going to say, yeah, no, or she might actually go, well, there's no reason why we couldn't start today. Sure. Great. And everybody knows how to sign everybody up, right? There is a link on InTouch that you can send her an agreement. I don't do that because it doesn't always work, and then it puts the ball in her court. I want to make sure she gets signed up, right? So I take her information. If you're in front of your computer, go into InTouch, go under business tools, online agreement. Now it does say make sure she's sitting next to you and all that sort of thing. My opinion, if she's on the phone with me, that's close enough, okay? And we all do that. So, and then you just ask her the questions and fill out the information. But mostly you need her name, her address, her birthday, her email. I would get her social, because if you put her social in, then she's already in. If you don't put her social in, you need some sort of a code for her to log in. So I would go ahead and get her social. And I just said, okay, your social. And I have 1 out of 30 people who say, what do you need that for? Well, they just need to make sure you're a real person. And I'm not making somebody up. That's the easiest answer to say. Her husband's name. Has she ever been a Mary Kay consultant before? That's huge. And does she have any relatives who work for Mary Kay Inc. who are consultants? Now that's huge to ask too, because, and these are required questions if you're online, but if you're not online, grab a piece of paper and write this information down. Right? Because then as soon as you can get on your phone and you can sign her up, because you don't want, when she's ready to go, you just get her information, right? And sign her up. But you, sometimes I've gotten to that question, do you have any Mary Kay, relatives who work for Mary Kay Inc. or are consultants? Well, actually, my cousin's a consultant. Okay, well, hold up. Now we got to back up a little bit and ask some questions, okay? Because we don't want to sign up somebody else's team member, like family member and all that. And then her card information. And the 130 the 130 starter kit is about 147 or so with tax and shipping. Now there is another option now that they can add on for an extra $45, a kit of samples. That's a $70 sample value with skincare samples, like the Miracle Set, the charcoal mask, that kind of stuff, for $45. So it ends up being $175 plus tax and shipping, so almost $200. But I don't offer her that until I'm like, literally, like I have all of her information, and then I'm like, okay, great. So that's $130 with tax and shipping is about $147. Now there is another option, an add-on that Mary Kay is offering right now, which is fabulous, that for just another $45, you can add on this pack of samples. It's $70 value. You get all these samples of skincare and such that you can send to your customers. And I have I had a woman who signed up, and she didn't sign up for the longest time because she didn't have the money. She finally decided she was just going to put on her credit card and figure it out. And so I'm thinking there's no way she's going to do the extra $45. She did without a hesitation. So we need to not assume people's answers. We need to just offer them all their options. Okay. And then you get her in and you text me, I signed somebody up. I do get an email, but sometimes it's not immediate. And then I'll run with her and make sure you tell her, our director Amy's going to touch base with you. She's going to get you started and book your first party and all that. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited to work with you. All right, questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
I know you're really surprised.
No, I was laughing at Joanne's comment about having a pet snake in the room.
I know. It's like, okay.
That's a true story. One of my first parties.
So you said you were going to give us 3 things.
Oh, that was sign up. Yep. So 3 things was
Prepare, make your list.
Prepare, share, and recruit. So prepare, which is making
Oh,
a list, share the opportunity, and then recruit is close it out.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And if you're doing a party and you're doing a facial and a party, how you close that out is the closing section on your agenda. Because you've already shared the marketing opportunity during the party, and then you have your closing section on the agenda of closing the sale, booking the second session, and then asking her questions about the Mary Kay opportunity. If you're doing one of these practice, sharing appointments, like a video call with them, right? Then you're going to share your quick eye story, share the facts about the opportunity, which again, you can use the one on the agenda, and then use the questions on the agenda and say, you know, getting to kind of know her a little bit, ask her some questions about her, and then ask her those 3 questions. What did you love most about the opportunity? If you could ask me any question about me or my journey or Mary Kay, what would it be? And what would hold you back from giving it a shot today? And so that would be a third thing. Thank you, is recruiter. And if she doesn't sign up, that's the next part of that. If she does not sign up with you right then and there, that's where you say, I have a challenge. I have 5 sharp women to watch a quick 15-minute video. It's right here on the agenda. And you get her to watch the video and follow up with her and make sure she watches it within 24 hours of that particular moment in time. What other questions do y'all have?
This is a little bit, it's not as important, but the family retirement plan, how long did you say that, I know that they take the average of the first, and they take the last 5 years, and then the highest 3 of those, and then that's what they get paid per month?
They take the
Or
best,
something like that?
they take the best 3 of the last 5, average that out, and pay 60% for the next 15 years.
Okay.
That's huge.
Mm-hmm. And they never put a dime into it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we polled, and this is the last thing I'm going to share with you. We polled our Cadillac sales directors on the tips to like what highly successful directors think and how they think about recruiting. You want to hear what they said? So these are their tips. Speak from the heart and don't prejudge. Be passionate and confident. Now, if you don't feel confident, fake it till you make it, right? Just nod and smile, hold your shoulders back, and just go, okay? Ask questions and assume they're gonna sign up. Don't assume they're not gonna sign up, assume they are gonna sign up. And that's not setting you up for failure. It changes your mindset when you are sharing, okay? If you don't have your own story to share yet, share somebody else's. You have your closing sheets. So you need to make sure you have your closing sheets, right? So you have your agenda with your questions, have those. And then in every party you're doing or facial, you're sending them the front of the roll-up bag placemat and the $130 option I showed you guys last week, right? So make sure they have that so they can see what's there. Oops. Pray for vision, pray for your big why if you can't articulate it. Remember why you said yes. We talked about that. Remember why you said yes to your Mary Kay and how it's changed you. Having a mindset that sharing this opportunity is one of the greatest gifts you can give someone, and that we do it to help change lives, but it's not about us. Ask questions to, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. To fund her way. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to mean. But that's like ask questions about her so you can figure out how Mary Kay can benefit her. And those were the big tips that we got from the sales directors. Isn't that cool? I love that. Do y'all feel a little more empowered? Okay. So you're going to make your list of people. I posted the script on the Angels Facebook page. So your challenge is to finish those lists and practice with at least 5 women by Friday. Like on the phone. Preferably via video chat. Okay, because it's easier to do it on video chat than it is over the phone. But if you absolutely can't do video, if you absolutely can't do that, then do it on the phone. But not via text, not just have her watch the video. Like, you practice sharing the opportunity, your iStory, sharing the opportunity, and then asking those closeout questions. Okay. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Was that helpful?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna probably touch base with y'all about next week, but we'll talk about full circle success, and then just kind of what else you feel like you need to know, because we've talked about getting bookings, getting leads, doing the actual virtual appointment, and now recruiting. So what are some other things that kind of we're missing, or what you're missing, or whatever. But I am cheering y'all on. We have a lot to do in 14 days. So everything that each one of you does is huge. We need to our goal is that 58 and 5, right? So the 5,800 times 4, because we have, our unit does way too much more than just have a $5,800 wholesale goal, right? So I'm going times 4, because I believe y'all can do 23,000, and then sharing the opportunity with at least 58 women, and adding 15 to 20 new, right? And we can do this. It takes team effort. Just a little bit from everybody is huge. So, all right, y'all. What?
Can you tell me again where you said the sheet was that says top 4 reasons or 4 reasons you
It's
want to
on In Touch. Hold on.
Is it under team building?
Yes. I don't have Mary Kay In Touch. Hold on.
Let's see. I'm trying to get it pulled up.
You go under education.
Education. Yes.
How to team build. Supporting materials.
Got it.
And love what you do team building flyer.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that can be helpful too. I like to be able to rip up the thing, but that can be helpful. So if you're going to do that flyer, then you just kind of share a quick about your iStory, and then you share the 4 reasons, but put your own stuff in there, like why you love the freedom and the flexibility, and that it's a side gig and all that. And quite honestly, y'all, you guys, and I know you're going to look at me like I'm crazy, but you guys are going to be better at recruiting than I am, because people can relate to you better than they can relate to me at the moment. Like, they didn't know me 10 years ago when I was a part-time consultant, just like floundering around, not even knowing what I was doing, but just loving the fact that I could share, that I could make some extra money on the side, have a lot of fun with it. Like, I was working full-time, 60 hours a week. I can say that, but they don't see that. They only see this right now, right? And where I am now. So it's actually easier to team build earlier in your career because you're more relatable to somebody who's just starting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you being real and relatable and making her like feel special and relating to her as to why you love Mary Kay, but then how it can help her, and giving her genuine confidence. Like, I really think that you can do this, girl. If I can do this, you can do this. Like, let's do this together. Is there any reason why we couldn't get you started? That one sentence has closed so many people. And you're not asking her questions and saying all these things to force her to do something she doesn't want to do. If she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't want to do it. That's great.
Right.
Keep her as a customer. But if she has even the slightest interest, keep asking those questions. Keep engaging her in a conversation. Because you might be able to see something she can't quite see yet. And sometimes they just need us to keep it simple and be like, girl, let's just give it a shot. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
What do you got to lose? Nothing. Let Amy do a party for you. Get your products at half price. Make a little extra money. Let's see what happens. It could just be a little something on the side, it could totally change your life. We don't know unless we try. But it's your responsibility to ask those questions and say those things and get her to that point where she really, truly can tell you a yes or a no with you asking her the questions that she needs to think about. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thanks for sticking out with me tonight. I'm sorry tonight was a little long. All right.
Hey,
So we'll see
Amy.
y'all. Yeah.
I know that it's long, but I want to share this with anybody who wants to stay on here and listen to it. It'll only take a minute. So Kristen Sharp, you've probably heard it 100 times, but maybe somebody on here hasn't. Kristen Sharp posted this, and it says, "It had been a long day. I was finishing a task, and as I hurried past her, a little voice said, 'Ask.' Oh, not today," I told myself. "I'm tired and it shows. Besides, I might look foolish, and she'd likely just say no." While drifting off to sleep that night, I saw her face again. I wondered what her life was like, her needs, her dreams, her pain. What if she'd been wishing for a friendly word and smile, a chance to know somebody who would go the extra mile? What if she'd been waiting for a break, an open door? Was this the opportunity that she'd been praying for? I saw the cars she might not drive, the rings she might not wear, because I would not risk myself to stop, to ask, to care. So what if what I offer her is not her cup of tea? That's a choice for her to make. How selfish can I be? Oh, let me live the true go give, and let my mission be not to think, do I need her? But maybe she needs me.
I have that on my refrigerator.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great reminder. Will you copy that and paste it on our Angels page?
Yeah, I will. It just makes you like get out of your own head and be like,
Mm-hmm.
she might need this and you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about us. All those obstacles that y'all like texted me, right? That we all have them. That's when we're thinking about it being about us.
Yeah.
But it's not, it's about them. And we just have to ask and share and just have the courage. 20 seconds of courage. Dawn Spencer always says that, 20 seconds of courage, because she heard it at a training somewhere. And I love it. Just ask. Because at the end of the day, you have your yes or no. I'd rather have a no than I don't know where she stands. I'd rather know where she stands than not know where she stands. So thank you, Casey, for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
All right, y'all, I love you.
Love
That's
you.
your challenge. Let me know when you get them done. If she says no right then and there, make sure you get her on the video. Okay?
Sure hope you don't have to deal with 70-degree weather tomorrow.
No, I think it's going to be 75.
Poor thing.
And it'll be 80 by the end of the week. So I'll be really hot. You two can do
Sunscreen
this.
on.
Just saying. Just share with other people and you can do this too.
That's right. Bye,
All right,
y'all.
bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank
Good night,
you.
everybody.
Night, y'all.